It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
Good morning, TGIF. The show has already started, in case you didn't miss it.
Phil and I certainly did, hence the eye roll and the laugh. But nevertheless, we're happy to be in your presence this Friday. So excited about the show that's coming up. It's been a great week, Phil.
It's been a long week. It's been an entertaining week here and abroad.
Yeah, certainly. Lots happening abroad with the Kavanaugh hearings yesterday.
Yeah,
I didn't get to tune into them, so I don't know what was happening, but certainly the memes that filtered through online later on were quite
Yeah,
interesting.
it's like daytime drama.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, daytime drama, but, serious issues, serious
Yeah.
accusations. But man, the politics of it all is just, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Politics is everywhere,
Oh,
though, and
well,
including here, and it's
okay,
certainly
well.
been a busy week on this
It's been-
side as
it's-
well.
It's been a busy week on this side. But listen, it's going to be a busy show. I mean, hey.
Yeah.
We get to do this thing a couple of times a week, and it's great. We hope you enjoy it.
We certainly do. I'm looking forward to today, especially because I've got someone so special in studio for you. If you follow Lisa Nichols online, that's right, I am talking about the woman with the books, the woman with the story, the motivational speaker with over 160,000 followers across those platforms. She is here in studio, and she's with my good friend Callie Newton out of Grand Bahama. They're having a very special conference, and they're going to be here to tell us more about that.
Excellent.
Really looking forward to that
Excellent.
segment,
Well,
Phil.
going to have to be 160,001 because I am not as familiar with her, but I'm looking forward to that particular
You,
segment.
after that segment, Phil, you will be.
I will be?
You will
Well,
be.
I'm looking forward to having a conversation with Paul P. The
I
Polies.
know.
I've been trying to get him on for a long time. I just love energy and passion, especially from young entrepreneurs. They're finally here today. The Ministry of Tourism and Aviation is also here. I believe the Director General is here to
She
talk about
is.
the State of Tourism Industry Conference coming up soon.
Looking forward to that. We've also got Eddie Minnis in The Real Thing. It's that time of year
The
again
Real Thing.
when we've got Shakespeare in Paradise. So we're going to be talking to them about that particular play. BTC is here. They're going to be talking to us about some of the new things that they're doing. And of course, it is all about Small Business Month with BTC.
Yeah.
So all of that ahead for you and more. An excellent and exciting show. Of course, we're starting off with the famous Lisa Nichols. And so we want you to stay tuned to us.
Yeah.
But before we get to any of that, Godfrey gave me some bad news when I walked into studio this
Yeah.
morning about the weather.
Well, he said he can be dead vet this
That's
weekend.
what he said, but he don't know my God. And so I'm not leaving that in Godfrey's hands. In the interim, though, let's know what God told Godfrey. Here he is with your first look at weather.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star. Good morning, Bahamas. In your first look at the weather at sunrise, we do have the combination of a low-level trough and just north of the island's high pressure, and they'll dominate the region through the weekend, causing some elevation in your rainfall through the weekend. In your weather today, we're looking at partly sunny, hot and humid, with a few afternoon showers, maybe a thunderstorm, high temperature 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy, still warm, with a few showers for an isolated thunderstorm. Your low temperature going down to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados, 81 and 78. In Jamaica, 82 and 74. In Trinidad, 88 and 77. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 89 and 77. Across North America, Atlanta, 80 and 70. In Raleigh, 78 and 68. Miami, 88 and 78. Dallas, Texas, 80 and 73. And Toronto, Canada, 70 and 56. And your weather outlook, we're going to elevate those rain chances tomorrow, Sunday into Monday, and look like some early morning heavy showers. Then we'll take a little break and then come back by afternoon. Then again on Sunday and Monday, temperature daytime will be in the low 90s, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That puts a wrap on your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Coffee Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Godfrey, I am so excited about this segment this morning. I'm going to give you 1 minute to reach out to someone, send them a text message, tell them to tune into Bahamas at Sunrise right now, because I've got Lisa Nichols on with me along with Callie Newton, and these two phenomenal women are going to be sharing their stories with us very briefly this morning and talking about how you can take your story and turn it into something more. So excited to get this conversation started. Ladies, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
A pleasure to have you with us. Lisa, I'm going to get started with you. Certainly, we know your story, those of us like Colleen and I who want to continue to inspire people and motivate people. You have kind of been leading the way in this charge. You've gone from being a single mom and public assistant to now a millionaire entrepreneur, speaking to people around the world, just got back from Barcelona, and now you're coming to share your story here in Grand Bahama. Talk to me about what was that moment in your life that just transformed everything for you?
It was just a moment of recognizing that my life was broken.
Okay.
You know, the day that I didn't have money to put Pampers on my son, and I had to wrap him in a towel for 2 days.
Wow.
That was a moment when I realized this has to be rock bottom.
Okay.
I'm broke and broken. I'm on government assistance. I'm eating beanies and weenies every day, and my son is wrapped in a towel, and he's 8 months old. And this future, I don't want this to be our future. And so it was a moment when I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired and knowing that I could be someone out in the future, but my future seemed to never come.
Okay.
My now was pretty ugly, but my future was bright, supposedly. I wanted to make my future my now. And so I just began to figure out, how do I feed myself something different? Because what I knew was that I only can go as far as based on what I had in my head.
Okay.
And so I think the biggest mistake we make is we try to take ourselves to the next level without learning anything new.
Okay.
And so I'm real big on mindset shift, because if you change your mind, everything else has to follow. But if you don't change your mind and you try to change your finances or change your address or change your partner, you're going to slingshot back to the same behaviors because your mindset is the same.
Okay.
And so when I began to change my mindset, all of a sudden things begin to transform. I begin to read things differently. I began to go to conferences where no one looked like me. I was the only black person, the only woman, the youngest person by 22 years, and I didn't care because I was trying to rescue Lisa.
Okay. I mean, and certainly you've done that. You've taken that moment, transformed your mindset, and over time you've just become this global powerhouse. You've got books now. You are doing motivational speaking now. But I like the fact that you talked about and kind of mentioned that this didn't happen overnight.
Oh, no.
What was the process like? How long did the process take? Because
Yeah.
I think a lot of us want to do it. We want it now.
Right, you want to Google download it.
Yeah, we
you want to
do.
put it in the microwave, right? It was a layered approach. So first it was mindset shift, and then I began to look at my finances differently.
Okay.
And so my mindset shift was probably, I would say it was a 3-4 year investment to just understand that this is available for me.
Okay.
It's not just for those people over there who look like that, who's in that skin tone, who's that age or that gender. It took 4 years, but I didn't have anyone around me who was talking like this.
Okay.
I felt like an alien. I was odd. And so now what I love is that there's a community of us finding each other based on online social media. This, I'm going to age myself, but this was before online social media. The social media was the telephone and the phone book. And so now we can find each other and build a tribe. And then financial transformation, that was longer because like our financial blueprint is embedded in us. We get it from our grandmothers and our grandfathers, and we love them. But we're living with old financial scarcity conversations, which is why I love Kayleen. Kayleen is in financial management, so she talks about wealth. And so I had to get out of living month to month to living year to year, then get out from living year to year to living 3 years, then from living 3 years to 5 years. My 10-year and my 15-year plan is already written out now.
Okay.
That's a whole nother language, no habla español, right? Like, it was just a whole nother mindset. And so it wasn't overnight. I tell people, this is not, my grandmother says the best things that you love from her come out the oven, not the microwave.
Okay.
This was an oven base. But when you start, every day you're a little bit closer. I tell people, you're going to get 5 years older anyway.
Okay.
Let's plan now for what you want to see 5 years from now, and then let's reverse engineer it and then begin to live out, make that plan there, and then just fill in the blanks to make that plan happen. Without that plan, you're just hoping and praying and wishing that you don't run into a wall.
I mean, my mind is blowing. So many things going through my mind right now, Colleen, about all the things that I even want to just start to do now that I'm hearing Lisa talk. And I'm sure that when she comes to Grand Bahama, people will feel the same way. Colleen, you and I are from Grand Bahama. We know how depressed the economy
Yes.
has been. We know the challenges that people have had financially and so many other ways. Why was this important for you to bring Lisa Nichols to Grand Bahama to begin to educate the community?
The reason this was so important is because it goes back to what Lisa says. It's a change in mindset. You cannot let your environment determine how you think, how you act, and how you do, and what you do, and what you pass on to your generations. Because if you sit in that, then you will go nowhere. Nothing will manifest. And in order to have manifestation in anything, you have to start with yourself. So you can't look around in the environment. Everyone is like, but this, why did you go to Grand Bahama? Number one, I'm Grand Bahamian, you know, and I want my place of birth, where I live now, where I play now, where I enjoy life. I want that to be a place of flourishment for everyone there, you know, and we have to look at that. And one of Lisa's mantras is, I am my own rescue. And we in Grand Bahama have to realize we are our own rescue.
And everywhere. Like, I love the fact that it's in Grand Bahama, but anyone gets to hop a 42-minute flight. I mean, the last time I was here was 10 years ago. And I travel all over the world, and everyone's always asking me to be somewhere. You know, I have on my social media platform in total, we now have nearly 1 million people, over 700,000 on Facebook alone. You know, and so I'm really clear that I can't be everywhere. So this woman moved a mountain to get me here. She worked for 18 months to get me here. It's no easy feat, and no cheap feat either. And so I would say, if you're in earshot and you're ready to find out what are those first 3 steps, you don't need to know the first 20. You need to know the first 3. That's why your head is going. Because the moment you ignite a fire, there's something that happens about proximity and energy. And when you ignite a fire, all of a sudden you can't go back to sleep on that thing. You want as many sparks as possible around you. You don't want to be the best spark in your circle. I'm always in a circle where I'm maybe the brightest spark, and I'm in a circle where I'm the dullest spark, because I want someone to light me up and light me on fire. And so that's what this is about.
That's awesome. And so, Colleen, how do we get registered? I mean, when does the event happen, the date and the time, and how can we get registered? Because I know that people are going to want to come to Grand Bahama
it's
just
an
for this.
easy registration, www.calinenewton.com. That's my name, calinenewton.com. And the event is October 5th and 6th in Grand Bahama, of course, and the venue is the Regency Theater. So if you go to the website, all information, all details, how to get tickets, any cash and go, it's very convenient. You can purchase your tickets, or you can purchase them online at tickets.cashandgobahamas.com.
I mean, simple and easy to get connected.
Yes.
And of course, I'm hoping, Colleen, we'll get to hear your story in Grand Bahama
you
too.
definitely will.
Because I know that you are phenomenal.
Powerful.
I mean, and just where she's come from.
Yes.
Of course, Lisa will be there. Ladies, I'm so excited. I
Very,
know that the
yes.
best is yet to come for
Yes.
both of you,
Yes.
because only good things happen when you
Yes.
come to Bahamas
And
at
the same to
sunrise.
you.
And certainly I received that energy
Yes.
back from you. So thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
having us.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise, where we're giving you the power to change your lives. Remember, you can go on to www.calinenewton.com for more information on how you can hear Lisa Nichols Speaks. She's going to give you those first 3 steps, just the first 3, and you're going to watch your life soar. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want first response on your side, call 32-FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First response can't prevent an accident from happening.
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
The Bahamian dream for generations has been home ownership. Do-It-All Home Improvement can help make your dream a reality with our affordable home solutions. We can provide a variety of packages with beautiful home designs and custom construction prices you can afford. Granite countertops, custom kitchen cabinets, crown moldings, porcelain tiles, and lots of storage. Call us today at 427-9343 or 322-3130. We're honest, reliable, and trustworthy.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. It's sweet, it's creamy, it's addictive, and it's here finally in the studios of Bahamas at Sunrise. Pulpy is, well, I wanted to say back, but I've seen you so many times. Such a pleasure to have you on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Welcome.
Thanks so much.
But let me formally introduce you to the entrepreneurs, the proprietors behind the name Pulpy, Shaquille Colby and his wife, Anthony Colby. Wow. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. You know, we were talking before the segment. I'm like, what does pulpy mean? I mean, pulpy, where did it come from? Is it some big, deep meaning? It's not, right?
No. Well, pulpy just comes from the word pulp.
Yeah.
And we try to use lots of fruit in all of our ice cream. And so it's full of fruit, full of pulp, pulpy.
Pulpy,
Yeah.
like saying juicy.
Juicy, right.
Right. So this is an interesting concept. I mean, tell us about the origins of it.
Okay.
Okay, well, my husband took a trip to China, an island, Hainan off of China, and he saw this, right? And he liked the idea. He's sweet mouth naturally. And he was like, how can I bring this home, you know, and make it something? So we definitely had to bring it over. It's a new, interesting way to try ice cream, and we're creatives ourselves, so we like different. And so we thought to bring it over and make it, you know, Bahamian.
Okay, well, so it's ice cream, and what type of base is that?
Well, it's pretty much heavy cream and some other things in it. Very few ingredients, but it's very, very rich and delicious.
It's homemade.
All right, well, tell you what, let's just get started. Show us how it's made.
Okay, so it starts with pouring our base onto the ice pan, which is very cold right now.
How cold is that?
It's probably
negative 20 degrees.
Negative 20 degrees, all right.
And it goes down to maybe about negative 25. It's going to be a little noisy.
No problem. So that's just, what is that? Is that just vanilla ice cream?
Yeah.
Basically.
So you can use different flavors of ice cream?
Yeah. Well, this is our base. And so whatever we add into it gives it a flavor. So I'm just going to throw some guava in there.
Guava, all right.
The pulp.
Yeah.
The pulp.
This is one of our top sellers, guava caramel.
Guava caramel. What other flavors do you have?
Well, we brought Oreo into the cookies and cream, but our top sellers are like the grilled pineapple. We've had sapodilla almond before. Yeah.
Grilled pineapple.
Grilled pineapple.
Sapodilla almond.
Yeah.
All right.
The rum raisin is a hit too because like we don't play. It's like rum raisin. You know?
Oh yeah, that's real rum raisin. Okay, all right,
yeah,
good. So these are fruits that are locally grown as well?
We sourced local fruits before with the sapodilla, soursop, mangoes. We want to experiment with more. It's just that whenever the farmers market's happening, we're like busy pulping. But the soursop is the biggest hit. Like everybody loves it.
The soursop.
Yeah, it's a bit scarce, but yeah, whenever we get it from my mom's tree.
So Shaquille, what exactly are you doing right now?
So right now, flattening the ice cream onto the pan.
All right.
And what that helps to do is minimize the amount of ice crystals that are formed in it, which makes it extremely creamy and rich.
Nice.
And so I'm just going to add some caramel onto it.
Tell you, boy, G-Day he's a cameraman. He's got a birthday coming up on Tuesday. G-Day, as soon as we finish, we can slide this right on over to you.
And so I'm going to roll it up.
Okay.
This is the part that everybody likes.
All right. So literally, you're just rolling the ice cream into.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the vision for what you're doing? You've been around for 1 year thus far?
1 year.
And you mostly just pop up?
Yeah, we'll pop up for now. We're definitely looking at opening a storefront, just so we can accommodate persons. We get messages through the week. Are you open today? Are you open today? And we really want to, accommodate all the sweet tooth persons out there. So we're looking at opening the store soon.
Soon, all right.
Yeah.
And where would that location be, you think?
We're looking in the Carmichael area. Yeah.
All right.
It's been pretty good for us.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're brand new to the concept of I mean, look at that. That's nice right there. GDM might change my mind, to be honest with you. I'm not even sure. But what's been some of the I guess, the challenges you've encountered thus far, or maybe some of the great things that have happened thus far?
Well, with small businesses, raising capital is always a big thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of expensive doing business in this country, but our customers have been extremely supportive.
Okay.
That's the one big surprise that we were pleasantly encountered in doing business.
All right.
You just can't help yourself.
I'm almost ready to just cut this interview. But obviously, the machine, the design itself, is that something that you came up with, or?
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer, so I design all of our collateral myself.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So obviously, it's been a wonderful experience thus far.
It has.
I would imagine for the moment you guys are gainfully employed and trying to get to the point where.
Yeah, that's definitely the case.
Yeah. That's another one of the challenges, the balancing act. But it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So for persons who are interested in Pulpy, listen, I'm doing my best to stay professional and not to plant my face. But if we're interested in getting a hold of you and having you pop up at an event or parties, or I would imagine just about anything, really.
Yeah.
We
So
do it all.
How do we reach you?
Okay.
I know
Well,
we had to track you down and be like, we need you to come on the show and talk about this thing.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Tell us. Where you can-
well, we're on Facebook and Instagram. That's how most of our customers reach us. Pulpy Frozen Desserts on both platforms. Our number is 445-2055, and our email is pulpyfrozendesserts@gmail.com.
All right. Well,
So-
excellent. Yeah. I can taste all of this. But listen, Anthony, Shaquille, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank
Bahamas
you.
at Sunrise.
Thanks
We
for
wish you
having us.
every success in this business. It looks like the sky might be the limit.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much.
You so much. We
Thanks for having
appreciate
us.
that.
I'm going to shake your hand with my left hand. Congratulations. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We're about to get down, but we'll be right back.
Y'all, Beulah, what type of madness is this happening on Zapadilla Street? Y'all, Pearl, I hear they closing down the school for poor academic performance.
What I supposed to do with my 12 children?
Phone? I can got a movie, but they ain't never seen it.
They better don't mess with my good child at that school,
Why can't we all just get along?
You need clean hands and a pure heart to deal with these children.
Why feel this could be long?
Oh, you stupidillions.
School on Sappadilla Street featuring Tamika Taylor's Clean Hands, Pure Heart, Saturday, October 6th at 8 p.m. and Sunday, October 7th at 5 p.m. at the Church of God Auditorium, Joe Farrington Road. Tickets are $20 general admission, $30 VIP. Special group rates for teachers. Tickets available at Little Mustard Seed, Mount Royal Avenue, cast members, or WhatsApp 466-7996 or 467-4738.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from NASA and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise on this fabulous Friday. Yesterday was World Tourism Day, and you might have heard the message from the Minister of Tourism that was circulating on social media. If you missed it, go and look it up, but remember that we've got more for you coming from our Ministry of Tourism as they get prepared to host the Caribbean Tourism Organization's State of the Tourism Industry Conference here in the Bahamas. Here to tell us more about it is Ms. Georgia Ballou, who's Director General of the Ministry of Tourism and Aviation. Good morning, Director Jibilu, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you very much for having me.
It is a pleasure to have you with us, especially when the country is doing such phenomenal things, hosting another conference, and this time it is for the State of the Tourism Industry. Talk to me about the purpose of this conference.
Well, this is the premier tourism conference for the Caribbean region.
Okay.
If I put it in perspective, in the Caribbean, tourism is the #1 industry for the majority of our countries. We are the most tourism-dependent region in the world, and yet we only get 2.2% of all international tourism arrivals.
Wow.
So as a region, most dependent, and yet we get the least amount of visitor arrivals. What do we do to get a greater share of the market? And so conferences like this, where we bring together the brightest, the best media, travel agents, tour operators, but industry leaders as well, to get that message out so that all of us can get a takeaway that we can go and try and improve our own countries, our own destinations.
That is phenomenal. You know, I've never heard that statistic. For as much as I've heard about tourism, to consider that we only have 2.2% of that market share.
For the whole region, 30 million out of 1.3 billion people traveling.
Wow.
And as I said, there is no other region in the world. So that puts it in perspective how important tourism is for us and how important it is that we just get out there and do more to get a bigger piece of that pie.
Certainly, certainly. And if we could get a bigger piece of that pie, that would bode well for the entire region.
Of course.
Economically. So who are some of those participants? You mentioned some tour operators, you mentioned some of our travel agents, but will there be people meeting at higher levels? For example, the ministers of tourism from around the region, director generals like yourself, focusing on strategy and the way we move forward?
Well, the beauty of this conference is that the first 2 days starts with meetings, and those meetings are board of directors for the Caribbean Tourism Organization.
Okay.
So my counterparts from throughout the region, director generals of ministries of tourism. On Monday, we sit down and we, of course, have an agenda, but we also look at issues that are universal to us as we address that, whether that's airlift, whether that's the cruise industry, the bigger picture.
Okay.
And then on the Tuesday, ministers of tourism from throughout the region. And I think we're expecting 14 ministers of tourism.
Excellent.
Our minister will be the host, and he will chair the ministers, we call it the Council of Ministers meetings.
Okay.
So I think most people now know that the Bahamas chairs the Caribbean Tourism Organization. I chair the board of directors, the minister chairs the Council of Ministers, and actually we give up the seat this year. So this is very important because we will have elections for a new chair who will take over the helm of the Caribbean Tourism Organization for the next 2 years.
Okay.
So those meetings segue into the opening on Tuesday night. The Prime Minister will be our keynote speaker, and then our sessions begin Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay.
And really important, and I want to stress this, we have what we call the Youth Congress on Thursday. All the junior ministers of tourism from throughout the region, including our own Bahamian junior minister of tourism, they will compete for who will become the Caribbean Junior Minister of Tourism. This is one of the highlights really for all of us because you get to see the future of the region in tourism. Hear their ideas, hear what they're thinking, articulate, bright, incredible young people.
That sounds exciting,
Yeah.
and I love my young people. So every time I hear
Yeah.
that there is a space for them, because really they are the future. They are now, and they're seeing and observing things that some of us may not see. And so it's so important that we give them a space to dialogue. You've talked a lot about some of the things that will happen. Is any of this open to the general public, or is there any way that we can get involved?
It is, of course, open to the general public.
Okay.
I have to be honest, it's open at a cost because putting on a conference of this magnitude, bringing in international speakers from around the world, and I need to stress this is not the Bahamas conference. We are the host venue for the Caribbean Tourism Organization. But there is a Bahamian rate that we negotiated. We said, look, if it's here, tourism is so important to all of us. We have to make it affordable to come. So anyone who's interested, I invite them to call the Ministry of Tourism, 302-2000, to get all the information on how to register and to come out for events. As I said, you're going to be hearing from key industry leaders, and it's just going to be a dynamic sharing, an opportunity to learn.
Certainly, and I think it's one that we should all be taking advantage of when we look at, as you've already mentioned, our economic status as it relates to tourism, when we talk about the future of its development. This is the conversation that we should all be involved in because, of course, tourism is everybody's business. One of the topics you will be covering is sustainable development. event. And we do have to go shortly, but as the conversation is going on around town and around the community about that sustainable process, is that the topic that you think you're most looking forward to, or is there another topic that will be shared that you're more excited about?
I think when I attend this conference every year, there is always something that's just almost revolutionary. When you find out how technology is impacting tourism, impacting travel, that we're just at the beginning of that trend. But when you talk about sustainability, we will be looking at it from the perspective that we've just come out of a really intense hurricane season. And you have 6 countries that were devastated and are still impacted. But what we discovered and what we're having to address is the world doesn't see the Bahamas or Jamaica or Antigua. They see the Caribbean and they look at it as one homogeneous group. And how do we educate the public? But more than that, how do we plan against climate change, against weather interference? Let's look at the Bahamas. 26% approximately of our GDP direct contributions come from tourism. When you add indirect and induced, that goes up to about 50-60%. That's a phenomenal amount. So when it could be wiped out through one natural disaster, we've got to plan. We have to have the conversations. We have to be at the forefront of what is taking place.
Director Jibaloo, a serious conversation is going to be had at this conference. Looking forward to hearing some results. We hope that you will join us after the conference is done and share with us maybe some of the lessons that you've learned and some of the ways that we'll be moving forward. But certainly proud of you in your leadership of the CTO over these past 2 years and wishing you all the best with the conference. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, Star.
Always a pleasure to have you with us. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Of course, we're bringing you the most relevant information regarding the most relevant sector in our economy, and we encourage you to reach out to the Ministry of Tourism to find out how you can get involved, because of course tourism is everybody's business. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Wait, that's Omar Little from The Wire. You think everyone is Omar from The Wire?
Wow, it's really nice to meet a fan.
It's like he's right here. I telling you he's being all type shows and stuff?
And you know, Rev Go Play plays a lot of good movies and TV shows.
Excuse me, can't you see we're watching something else? Rude.
Settle all your pop culture disputes with Rev Go Play. Watch, record, and stream all your favorite shows wherever you are. Free for all Rev TV subscribers. Rev, you and us together.
COB prepared me to be a leader by teaching me to work hard for what I want. I'm the first chief internal auditor at the University of the Bahamas. For me, that's an honor to be able to do that. I feel like I'm giving back to a university that gave me a start in my life. I'm Errol Thompson, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
Hey, welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Sorry that you caught us like this, but Pulpy is like...
Pulpy's like gone.
Yeah. I'm like halfway through mine. You see, I have 2 spoons because I'm not ashamed.
Ice cream for breakfast. Ice cream for breakfast.
No, but see, I really wish today was a taste cam thing where you could appreciate how good this tastes. I mean, and this is phenomenal because this is a young Bahamian.
Young Bahamians.
I can't even talk. I'm just like...
No, they're really... listen, Puppy, y'all do your thing, okay, Colby's? Y'all, but we got more... Listen...
we have more after this? Because I'm good.
No, we got more for the show.
Oh, okay.
I got pieces of your interviews with
I'm going to let
Lisa
you talk. I'm just going to eat.
and with Joy. No, you got to talk about it. Just a little bit more. I love the energy and the passion.
I love that.
And I love the fact that they were taking it to Grand Bahamas. You know what?
But you're right. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back. Listen, it was a great morning so far. The ice cream is just, it has been the ice cream on the cake. Because it has been a phenomenal morning. Lisa bringing such great energy. I love the fact that she talked about their level stuff. I feel we get so frustrated early on.
Out, eh?
But you have to plan in advance and you just take things one day at a time. So that conference in Grand Bahamas is going to be awesome. So good to hear from Director General, to hear her talk about the conference
Joy,
coming up.
I missed you, but listen, good morning to you. So glad to have you on the show this morning. Tourism is doing some things, y'all.
And I'm just happy you had Pulpy because then I got ice cream and it all worked out.
You know, Godfrey, there are more cups around the studio, right? And Godfrey's waiting for us to throw it to Weather so he can get into his. So listen, here's our second look with Weather at Sunrise with the G-Man, Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in Insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Phil. Good morning, Game Bahamas. The second look at Weather Sunrise. I'm waiting for mine. These guys are just taking advantage of all this ice cream in there this morning. The second look at the tropics this morning. Around the tropics, we have two systems. We have Tropical Storm Kirk at 5 a.m. located just to the east of the Les Antilles. It's moving towards the west at about 12 miles per hour. And we have the winds now up to 50 miles per hour with higher gusts. We do expect the system to start weakening over the weekend into a remnant low sometime by Sunday. Then we have post-tropical cyclone Leslie west of the Azores, and this still has a 90% chance of regeneration to a tropical storm over the next 5 days. Elsewhere, tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On the local scene, the combination of low-level trough and just north of the islands, a high-pressure ridge will continue to elevate showers across the islands with some breezy conditions over the weekend. So today, winds east of the 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, northeast to east at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet over the southeastern islands. Then on Saturday, those winds are easterly across all the islands, 10 to 15 knots over the northwest and central, 15 knots over the southeastern islands. And then on Sunday, northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over northwest Bahamas, where those winds will start increasing by afternoon. And over the southeastern islands, those winds are 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet. Yeah, tides. You can expect a high tide at 9:36 this morning. Next low tide will be 3:57 this afternoon. High again tonight at 9:53. Sunset 6:58 this evening. Rises more at 7:01. UV index 9. Your water temperature 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase full moon. External look, and not good news for start this morning. We're looking at showers increasing over the weekend to 50% tomorrow and then about 40% on Sunday. With those showers and possible thunderstorms, some of them will become heavy at times. Temperature daytime will be in the low 90s, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That puts you up in your phone like a weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thanks very much, Godfrey. And we are back with BTC once again. October is Small Business Month. We're joined by Mr. Andre Knowles, the Chief Commercial Officer of BTC. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you again, Phil.
How's it been?
Very good. Very good.
Very busy.
Very busy.
Yeah.
Great challenge, but it's a wonderful challenge.
Yeah. Of course, BTC is still every day.
That's quite right.
Yeah.
It's BTC every day.
Yeah. So you guys started this Small Business Month a couple of years ago, if
That's correct.
If I
yes.
recall, and it's been obviously progressing. Tell us a little bit more about what the intent is.
Okay. Well, look, it's a wonderful time, certainly at BTC. We're making a lot of great changes. And certainly we understand that more than 80% of all the businesses here in the country are small business.
Yeah.
So every year we define what we're going to try and do specifically for the small business. So pleased to say that October is Small Business Month. What we're looking to do is actually kicking it off. Today is a great day because today is the official launch of the Samsung Note 9.
Yes.
So our current customers or folks who want to come and upgrade some of their services, or our new customers, if they want to get some services, could get up to 50% off on the new Note 9.
Wow.
So our existing customers could get $150 off the Note 9 as well. But that's the one official launch, and that's just certainly one aspect of the new business month that we're looking to do. So all throughout the month, we're having specials, discounts, highlighting all of the small businesses.
Okay.
It was very interesting to see Pulpy here as well.
Yeah.
I had a wonderful conversation with them. And those are the kind of businesses that need, the assistance to
Yes.
make sure
Yeah.
that they have all of the services that they can get to ensure that their business can be as successful as possible. So I had a great conversation with Mr. and Mrs. Colby, and those are the kind of businesses that could certainly.
What are the types of services that they would, like, for example, that
Okay.
size business would take advantage of?
Well, when we talk about services, we're always talking about what we call a quad play.
Okay.
Quad play is basically video, TV, voice, which is a fixed line at their office,
Right.
Data, which is a good high-speed internet,
Okay.
as well as mobile.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's everything.
It's everything.
Okay.
The great thing is BDC is a full service provider.
Okay.
We provide all of the services that will get the businesses certainly up and running from a connectivity perspective.
You guys normally highlight particular businesses during, Small
Sure.
Business Month.
Yep.
Are there any that you want to?
Well, I won't call them out.
You won't
because
call them out just yet, eh?
No,
Okay.
because what we're going to do is throughout the month, we're
Okay.
highlighting many different businesses, and these are our partners. The small business partners is what we call them. And what we're going to do is we're going to highlight them in terms of bringing them onto the TV,
Okay.
showing what they do, and how our services benefit them as well.
Okay.
And we're going to do that every week as well.
All right.
Okay. One of the aspects of our kickoff that we're also going to do is, because today is the kickoff, we are launching with 50 different of our small business partners
Okay.
at Fantastic Fridays tonight, 7 o'clock at the John Watling's Distillery. So it's a big celebration,
Okay.
just showing, highlighting what we can do for the small business. And these are our partners, so we want them to feel appreciated as well.
Of course, and of course, information is everything, and being able to know how to use the products and services. Do you have any events or workshops scheduled for the month as well?
We certainly do. Those will be coming up towards the end of the month. The whole idea is we would like to highlight and show the people exactly how these services can benefit them. If you don't need a landline, that's fine. If you're an entrepreneur that's always on the road, well, we want to show you how best your mobile phone and all the different services.
Right.
If you have vendors in the States, then you need international roaming. So we build all of those into little bundles and show the customers the best way that our services can meet their requirements.
Right.
We're not trying to sell them. What we're trying to do is provide solutions
Right.
for what they're trying to do.
So outside of those particular workshops, if somebody's listening and they want to be exposed to exactly what you're talking about, consultation really, they can actually contact there's a small business.
Sure. No, we have a small business team, and we're actually augmenting that team as well. But if they'd like to reach us, they could always reach us at 302-7700. That's our small business line. We also have people obviously at the JFK office, which is our main location. We will also have somebody in our mall office as well if they would like to talk about small business issues as well.
You of course you mentioned, and we all know that 80% and more, especially in small island development states like the Bahamas, have unique challenges. What do you consider to be some of the unique technological challenges, or maybe you call them opportunities that small businesses would face?
Well, I think the opportunities, or certainly the challenges, are more on the family islands.
Okay.
Everything seems to always happen here in New Providence. The great thing about BTC is that we are for all of the Bahamas. Our network extends to all of the islands. So, a lot of the companies or the entrepreneurs that are in the family of islands, especially down to the south, sometimes don't get the love that they require simply because they are so far out. Those are the companies that we really need to work with.
Right.
We certainly have the infrastructure down there, so those are the companies that we would like to target as well, just to make sure that they are maximizing their entrepreneurial spirit within their particular communities.
All right. I know we hear the term every day, BTC every day. I mean,
BTC every day.
What is it about the company that makes it so special?
Well, look, we're going through a transition now. It's I'd like to say it's like a new day. We recognize that obviously we have competition as well. So we are making sure that we are doing all that we can do to make sure that our customers are getting the best of service, best in class services.
Yeah.
So we are highlighting a lot of our employees as well, looking for what we call the high performance individuals, getting the young folks in, getting them energized, and revolving all around our customers. We're totally customer focused, and that's how we should be, and that's how we have to be to stay competitive.
Great. Just one more time, give us the numbers for Small Business Month, October.
Small Business Month, 302-7700. Give us a call. We'd love to come and talk to you. You could come in, but if it's better for you, we would actually come out and visit you and discuss your business as well.
All right. Andre Knowles, the Chief Commercial Officer of BTC Every Day. You're watching Bahamas to Sunrise. We'll be right back.
The performance speaks for itself. Pennzoil Synthetics, made from natural gas. Make the switch.
So who really own an Nassau container port?
Boss, that's easy. The government.
I do.
I do.
Thank you. I do.
I do. And one day, he will too.
I do. Knock knock.
Here at the Nassau Container Port, we've diversified our ownership to give hardworking Bahamians a piece of the economic pie. And we'll continue to grow so that we can give you a consistent return on your investment. That's our promise.
I'm sorry for you, boy. What your mama going to when she find out for you, boy? And people on the next side of the ocean, take a head of commotion, and you going to need surgical operation when she finishes with you. When Johnny Mark on in town, before she leaves, she say, "Yeah, Johnny, what's the what? Don't let it get too hot." But as she turn away, yeah, Johnny gon' go play, and he gonna live to regret this day. Well, a cat jumped through the window, it knocked the board off the stove. The wind blow the fire and make it burn much higher. The fire gets the curtain gets the roof, and Johnny Mark on house way down.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that clip from Naughty Johnny. Of course, that is from The Real Thing, set to air at Shakespeare in Paradise Festival, October 10th to the 13th. And here to tell us more about this particular play in the Shakespeare in Paradise Festival, we're very happy to welcome Mr. Adrian Archer, who's a music scorer and the co-musical director, and Miss Patrice Francis, who's the co-writer for The Real Thing. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's
early.
It's very early. It's very early. And I hope y'all didn't leave the pot by the stove like Naughty Johnny did.
But
So
when
early
my
in the
house
morning.
burned down.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
Talk about early. He all hours of the night, he have this stuff in his hand and he talking.
Yeah, he
This
living
ain't
and
early for you.
sleeping, Naughty
Listen,
Johnny, and The Real Thing.
And The Real Thing.
But he want to act up when he come on the show. See, that's how-
brand new.
You know how we do.
I know y'all go. That's drama. That's
Yeah,
drama
that's
for
drama.
you.
Yes,
But that's exciting because you get to bring that excitement and enthusiasm to our set this morning, and we know we will see that when we see the play come to life. Patrice, I'm going to get started with you.
Sure.
I want you to tell me about this because this is written to Eddie Minnis music.
Listen.
And we all love Eddie Minnis, but how did you guys craft the story around his music?
Well, listen, two words, Philip Burrows.
Okay.
When festival ended last year, he said to me, I need you and Nico to get together. I have an idea for a jukebox musical.
Okay.
And then he went on to explain that a jukebox musical is when the music already exists, and then you're trying to craft a story around it. Now,
Okay.
Philip had the story in his head already. He knew that one of the characters had to be Naughty Johnny. These are the songs we grew up on. One of the other characters, Mike, because there's a song that Eddie Minnis has where Mike is a character. So
Okay.
he knew it had to be a story of two brothers.
Okay.
He charged Dr. Bethel and I to go away. She had to write Mike's story. I had to write Johnny's story.
Okay.
And then he took it, merged it, filled in the gaps with his own writing, and we had a script.
Excellent.
He knew the 25 songs that he wanted. Eddie Minnis had given permission. And so the next step was to get Fred Ferguson to rearrange the songs.
Okay.
And then once that was done, my genius on the side of me took that and arranged it for the vocalists, which is a totally different arena. You know, when you look at the creative team that actually works on this, you realize the depth of Bahamian genius and talent. It's just amazing what,
Yeah, I mean, I hear it. I hear you saying all of these different parts that come
Yeah.
together.
Oh, yeah.
And people will only see the show, well, maybe we'll come back again, but this time, certainly for only 3 days. But so much goes into that. And that is a love and a passion that you've got to have. How many, I think you said 20 songs from Eddie Minnis in this particular? 25.
25 songs.
Do you have a favorite that you've arranged, Adrian?
Well, all this stuff is Eddie Minnis' music.
And the interesting thing about this is that I really wasn't supposed to be involved in Shakespeare in Paradise this year. Last year when Philip said, okay, I have an idea. Well, you always have to be careful when Philip has an idea.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be a jukebox musical and Fred Ferguson is going to arrange the music. I said, that's great. I'll do PR. I'll do publicity. And then he said one day, we need someone to teach the chorus the songs. So I inboxed Fred, who lives away, and I said, Fred, where's the music? Where's the score? And with words I couldn't say on TV, Fred said, what blank score? There is no score. So I said, well, how are you teaching music without a score? He said, oh, my brother, it's in my head. You have to write it down. So I spent 3 days clustered in my house writing all the music because the music did not exist. Literally scoring it all and sitting down, throwing it on the ground and playing it and then having to teach the group the music. And I've found a new love for the music because I've grown up with Eddie Minnis' music as well. And so I don't think there's any one favorite. I do like Naughty Johnny because I like all the action of Naughty Johnny and his mother and the house burning down and people pointing out where he is. But the choreography and the music and the dialogue makes for a very, very brilliant musical. Okay. And, I've done musicals for the last 4 or 5 years for Shakespeare in Paradise. I've done Sammy Swain, I've done so many, but this one, Once on This Island, is brilliant. It is the most interesting concept of taking music and writing the score around the music. While other times you would have the words and then you write a score to it. So these people have done something that is phenomenal and that I want everybody to come out and see, because if you love Eddie Minnis, you will see Eddie Minnis' music brought to another level. I'm on the stage where he didn't even think it should go. And I think it's really, really well done.
I can't stop smiling just because I can imagine, as you guys talk and with the passion that you bring, what we will see on stage.
Definitely.
Who are some of the cast members that we'll get to see?
I'm so glad you asked, because don't we have a stellar cast?
Well, we have lots of singers and actors. And actor-singers.
Yes.
We have Osano Neely, who's been a young child prodigy singer, and we have just so many people who are depths of music and sound. Fabian Bailey Brown, who's a wonderful singer as well. And I think that they all come with their own individual characters, and it's funny how some of the characters that they are, their personalities fit the characters to which they have been cast. From the first reading, which was, I guess, many, many months ago, and having to hone them down and having to work with them, it's really fun. It's funny, it's serious, it's singable. I think this is going to be one of the first places where the audience is going to sing along. I don't encourage them to do that much of that, but I don't expect that they won't. People are going to say, oh, I recognize that song from this period of my life. And then it's going to be woven in with a very interesting story. So I think the whole thing is very brilliant.
Excellent. And we can actually purchase the sound, right? This
I'm
year.
telling you.
Shakespeare Paradise should just go and step up a whole notch.
When you leave the theater, there's a 2 CD album you can buy and take with you, including the dialogue. So if you miss a piece because people are laughing, you just take it back and you play it again because the story is interesting, the music is interesting. Fred Ferguson has done a fantastic job with rearranging this music that he's grown up with, Eddie Minnis and Ronnie Butler. And I think that people will leave really appreciating our genius in terms of the music that Eddie Minnis is bringing to the stage, bringing to the fore, and what is being brought to the stage.
So that's exciting. I remember having seen Broadway plays, and then you leave after, and in addition to your little program, you could take away something. So now Shakespeare in Paradise is at that level. You're holding a book, Patrice.
That I'm so excited about.
Tell me about the book.
Not only do we have that 2 CD album from The Real Thing, but one of the other signature shows this year in Shakespeare in Paradise is called Short Tales. Dr. Nicolette Bethel had the idea to send out a call to Bahamian writers, asking them to submit 10-minute plays so that we could have an evening of 10 10-minute plays, 5 in the first act, 5 in the second act, separated with an intermission. We got 22 submissions from 19 writers, and then they were submitted to a blind panel who, read the plays blindly. They didn't know who the authors were. Chose 10. Those 10 have been published in a book, Shakespeare in Paradise's Short Tales, Volume 1. And these 10 plays will be a part of the Short Tales production. It's going to run on it actually opens festival. So it's October 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 6th in the Philip A. Burrows Black Box Theater. So I'm so excited because, again, people could walk away with a program and a book with those 10 plays in it.
That's so exciting.
I'm telling you,
and
listen.
it's like our writers get the opportunity to see their book published. And I'm hoping, because my hope is always that the Ministry of Education will pull into these things, right? And that at some point those become the stories that you talk about in your PTCC examinations as we celebrate our own culture.
And it would be so great.
You always make me so proud, man.
We are excited. We are really
So how can we get tickets? Because of course we want to come and see your Eddie Minutes production, but also just to be a part of the festival overall.
Well, the tickets are available at the Dundas already. In fact, this year, tickets have already been sold a lot sooner than we thought.
Okay.
So the matinee performances for Shakespeare in Paradise, which for the most part are for students, are sold out already.
Excellent.
So you can't get any more tickets. I think there may be 30 tickets left.
Okay.
And so the evening performances are filling out very, very quickly. And I encourage anybody to please come and get your ticket, because there ain't no encore performance.
Okay.
When it's done,
it's done.
It's done.
Right.
Philip takes the next flight to New York, and I go home to my bed, and we ain't doing it no more. The next performance is 10 years from now, so this is the time to see it.
Yes.
Even if I have to sneak you my complimentary ticket, please.
Everybody, Adrian, because that's so let's move that off the table. Right. Everybody have to go down to the Dundas and get your tickets.
So you can call the Dundas 393-3728, 394-7179, or just everybody knows where it is basically. You can find out more on our Facebook page, Shakespeare in Paradise. We have a website, shakespeareinparadise.org, and for the first time ever, you can actually go online on the website and purchase tickets online.
Wow!
So some people find that a very convenient option.
Excellent.
But yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we've got no excuses not to see Shakespeare in Paradise.
And if you're a Facebook friend of mine, I'm updating it every day with photos and images from the real thing.
Yes,
so you really got to come, and I promise anybody that sees it that they will not be disappointed. And before it takes to the world stage, because I'm convinced that it will.
It will.
And it'll cost $400 to see per ticket.
See it now.
Come see it for $30.
Exactly. Well, I received that. I speak it over you. We all know that only good things happen when you come to Bahamas at sunrise. So we trust that will come to pass.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much again for giving us your effort in this. Looking forward to an amazing production.
So are we.
And thank you for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you, Star. Our pleasure.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
So he's sweating by the wash. Like a man is Holy Joe, Holy Joe, Holy Joe, don't let him go. Holy Joe, Holy Joe, Holy Joe, don't let him go. Easy. You're old enough to do this to money. You're old enough to marry she. My son, don't try to run, 'cause he can miss with this. Shotgun. They say when you smile, the whole world smiles.
One thing, two things, blue thing, all things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
How are we making Rev work wonders for you? We are doing it together. You told us what you want, and we've heard you. Want faster broadband? How about speeds up to 1 gigabit per second? Want shorter house calls? 2 hours max. We promise. Want to take your entertainment anywhere? Well, your Rev Go Play app is here. Rev, we've heard you. You speak, we listen. Rev. You and us together.
I start with makeup first. Thank you so much for tuning into today's show. Bill, it was the best show ever.
It was the best show ever. Listen, best shoes ever, man.
Thank
Watch
you.
it now. I mean, listen.
Thank you. I felt a little fancy, you know. We had Lisa Nichols on. I know it's going to get started director Jibril. Poppy is amazing.
Yep.
I mean, I understand now why you've been begging so long for them to come on the show.
The phone is ringing already, by the way. So
awesome.
Gotta reach them.
Good for them.
But listen, the real thing.
I won't go to that, man.
The real thing. Oh, lady, die.
See, y'all supposed to get Phil on the stage. Phil was in the choir to Macedonia Baptist Church. But y'all let him come on here and talk like he can't sing. He needs to be there. Next time, Adrian.
Next time.
We're going to put Phil in the show.
It'll be a duet, I guarantee you. Whenever it happens,
I can't sing.
you sing so low.
I'll sing so low that they can't hear me. But I'll stand next to you because you're good looking.
Thank you very much, Mama.
Listen, we hope that you have a wonderful weekend. We will see you on Monday.
All right. Bye. Oh, birthday. We should have the birthday.
They say when you smile, the whole world smiles with you. But I know from experience, man, that just ain't true. Nowadays, when you smile, people wonder what you think are true. You get mad, that they suspect you're guilty of some crime. They say it's you who do that thing, boy. The look on your face say you're guilty. It's you who do that thing, boy. The look on your face say you're guilty. 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 The look on your face say you're guilty.